My name is Andy Logani, and I'm the Chief Digital Officer of EXL. I've been with the company for 22 years, and I actually started at the grassroots levels of actually handling customer calls. That was my first job at EXL. And over the years, I developed a lot of skills, learned a lot of skills, and EXL invested a lot in me as well. Direct coaching as well as outside help from professors, academia, as well as industry best practices. Later on, I moved to the US and I actually started handling strategic accounts for EXL. Being here in the US, which was always my dream, I wanted to work in New York and I wanted to spend more time with the customers. One thing that is unique about EXL is that we have never tried to be too many things to too many people. We've stayed extremely focused in specific areas that we work in. For example, insurance, healthcare, banking, some of our emerging businesses. So we have stayed focused in certain industries. We actually felt that everybody talks about tools. Take this tool and take this technology and that'll solve the problem. Ultimately, we realized customers solving problems, technology is just a way to solve those problems. What journey is the customer going through? What buyer persona are you dealing with? What emotional moment and empathy moment is the customer going through? So that became the basis for us to start thinking it from the customer lens. What we started to do then is bring the underlying data, because there is so much potential and power in that data that is still unlocked. Believe it or not, companies are not even able to use 2 to 3% of the data they collect. And we started to build that intelligence layer with that data, put it in the context of the customer, and then make sure that we overlay our industry knowledge and make it relevant for what our client is wanting to deliver. So our evolution and our focus always has been do it for the customer, do it in the chosen industries, bring the appropriate data, bring the AI stack, and then use the technology to deliver that outcome. It's not technology first, it's customer first. As the customer is interacting with you in any means, you're trying to make it easy for the customer. That's the whole philosophy. How do you make it easy and simple for them to do business with the clients that they're working with? And the way artificial intelligence is helping, like in terms of stories, I'd like to highlight this. We started working with the claims operations of an insurance company. 55 to 60% of time was just being spent on research, understanding what needs to be delivered to the customer, finding the information. What's happening? Customer is on the hold. Neither the customer nor the claim handler, neither of them is getting good experience. So we have developed this generative AI solution for our customer. And what we've been able to do is the research time, looking for information time, just in the pilot as it's going out, is down by 50%. The accuracy of the information is up by 40 to 45%. So the defect rate is down. The large language models make the entire data available. Through transcription, every interaction is getting typed. Through intent recognition, the prompts are coming to the associate or the claim handler to be able to give this information. Hey, Brian called. This was the last context of the Brian's call. This is the stage of the claim. Maybe you want to offer this. So that's the kind of recommendation that are being thrown by the AI engine to the associate or the claim handler for that conversation. One thing that people forget is AI is not going to start working in vacuum. Generative AI, which is just an extension of AI, and large language models are not magic. You still have to do the underlying work around data. Furthermore, privacy and security. So what we have done, our generative AI platform is completely compliant through our own solutions and some partner solutions that we have embedded. For instance, it's GDPR certified. We first always talk to our customers as to what experience you're delivering. Then we get into what data do you need to organize and how. And then you think about the right large language models, the right AI techniques that will be embedded to deliver the right experience. If you look at the size of the company, depending on the value of the stock, we are anywhere between $5 to $6 billion of market cap. It's 48,000 people strong, operating globally. We do three things and we do three things really well. Number one, we are one of the strongest force in data and analytics. And I think the number of data scientists and the data engineers that we have is probably one of the largest that any firm will possess. Number two, we are very good in digital operations. What that essentially means is we are managing large-scale operations from clients, but we are embedding digital tools, data-led thinking, and we are completely reimagining how the business is conducted. So that's the second type of business. Third type of business is we are really closely working with our clients where they have the needs to transform, and that is through our digital consulting lens. So a client wants to go from point A to point B, they may not be sure of how to get there. We help them really execute on that strategy through our digital consulting. So those are the three things that we'll do. And when you look at the verticals, it's actually very focused strategy. Insurance, healthcare, we have banking, and then within our emerging businesses, we will have like utility as an example as one of the type of customers. So it's not like mile wide, it's like inch wide and mile deep. So we go deep in everything that we do. If you look at the size and scale of our customers, you can think about top 8 of the top 10 insurers, 3 of the 5 global brokers, 7 out of the 10 large payers. You can look at some of the largest retailers. And if you look at the banks, probably the marquee 7 of the top 10 global bank. What we believe is you always have to look at the business context as to what problem you're solving. We are then always thinking about the underlying data. How will it differentiate our customer? And how are you thinking about harnessing the power of data and adding value? And then, yes, the technology comes in and the application layer comes in. So I think the separation for us is really that data layer. And lesser known fact about EXL also has a lot of proprietary external data sources, which we are able to bring to add meaningful value.